put this on YouTube. There's tons of guys in this stream, loads of people. So ask questions. Ask questions in the comments, okay, during or after this, and I can answer them. Doesn't matter what it is. So okay, so I'm going to do dollar CAD. Dollar CAD, I did actually call short on my last live stream, I believe, and it's coming down. I'd swap to your lower time frames for this because your daily isn't giving you much. A fall to this level of support is just too early. Okay, that's why you need to understand how support works. Far too early to do that. Okay, and anything down here looks a little bit weak. I wouldn't be surprised if you do eventually get there and you do get somewhat of a bounce. That wouldn't shock me at all. Okay, so you could very likely long it at this point, you know, if and when you get there. Okay, it would be around there. I don't perhaps like it short if it rebounds, unless, again on the daily, you're going to hit into this. Okay, so I'm only looking short coinciding with this, coinciding with that in a downtrend and that PA level. So if I draw a nice line for you, just so you can understand how it's trending down, that is what it looks like. So if you do bounce, you're going to look short, slightly higher. That's ideal for me. You might find that it's more like that. Okay, that may help. I would take it around there. If you look much longer term, so I'm zooming out now and putting my time frames up, it's very sideways. Okay, so what you've actually ended up getting is like this. Now, also within that, again, a lot of people know me, I don't do the bullshit patterns, okay, and the breakouts, all that rubbish doesn't work. Or at least I don't think it's a good idea to do things like that. But you can see from what I've drawn, the margins are getting tighter. Okay, so it's going to be like this. These are the hit points. Now, the problem people get and the mistake they make is they're looking for this. And that's why they lose money. And that's why breakouts don't work as a strategy, because you're looking for this to happen. Now, this will, one of these 6 things will happen. Okay, one of these will occur, yes. But, and here's the but, if you're short here, okay, and the price rebounds, you'll get closed. If you're long here and it rebounds, you'll get closed. Okay, so you don't know which of the 6 ways it's going to go, and that's why breakouts don't work. So stop trading that way. Just get short. Get short up here and get lightly long down there. Don't be a breakout trader and and sort of guess what's going to happen after. These are good questions. Thank you. Nanul, I've seen you here before. Thanks for coming. More guys coming in. Slam the boost if you can. Philip, Academy member as well. Great to see you. So this is a good question. And Chris, yeah, I'd hold off your shorts looking higher to the zones I labeled just a minute ago. Okay, I think you've got room to the upside. It's going to be like here, 136. If you've got any questions about that, do just pop it in the chat box. Do I use volume in any way? No, I don't. Some guys are volume traders. I'm sure it helps them. I'm sure it does. But, this is why, I'll tell you why I don't use it. If I pull up this, there are various instances where the volume does something and the price does something completely different. Okay? People interpret that in different ways, but there's nothing really concrete about it, if you like. I can see that's rejection. I can see that's rejection. I don't need to guess whether something fishy is happening and people are buying this or selling that in a large quantity. It doesn't fuss me because I can see this visibly and I know there is rejection and I know I can take an inference from that. But with volume, anything could be happening here. Anyone could be buying any amount. It could mean a billion different things. I'm not saying it doesn't work. I'm sure it works for some people, but it's not for me. So no, I don't use volumes in any way. I don't. Great, Mr. BlueFX, a fellow Brit, I guess, perhaps. Yeah, I'm not in London, but this is the London session. I'm in Suffolk. Okay, so about 2 hours, an hour and a half, 2 hours out of London. Okay, so silver I'm going to do for Philip. Hey, great to have you guys. It's fantastic to see so many people in here. If you're not already, do just jump on board, get my free training, okay? Because there's a lot of free videos. I do demos on the whiteboard. As I say, it's factual stuff. My academy members will vouch for that. I don't really like to beat around the bush. I'm a little bit more serious, I'm afraid. I'm not boring, I promise you, but I just don't like to mess about. So I'm going to do silver, and I'm going to come on to Iatagan about US debt. So let me just do that. All right, we'll go for the actual exact ticker. I've done quite a few videos on silver. You will notice, if you're an Academy member or you're in my Discord, I called it short here, and it got smoked. Okay, that was a really good move. I'm sure many of you shorted it. I said it was long here, but I'm now going to adjust my bias based on what's going on because I've got experience and I know what I'm doing. Okay, much of which you can learn underneath here. If you get on board, just jump in the link. This is looking weak for a bounce, so I'm going to swap my time frames up. I'm going to look slightly wider out of the field for longs, and I think you will get nearer this mixture of MAs. Okay, and I think that's going to be about 24. Sorry, not 24, 23.4. Okay, that's coming near this pool of MAs. That's really good for tech zones. And in my opinion, this is quite a good technical zone. Okay. I think someone's DM'd me on Discord. Just as I said, I am opening a copy service where you can, only a limited amount of people can copy what I'm doing. Automatically, it will print in your broker. If you are interested in that, it's probably going to be first come, first serve. So just let me know somewhere. If you want to join the Discord, you can do that as well. A lot of people just ask me, okay, can I just copy what you're doing so I can learn a bit from it and I can probably make money as well. So if you're interested in that, that's for you. There's no guarantees, not financial advice, but it's just simply what I do. Okay, so USA debt. A lot of people talk. I open up my accounts, I open up my broker, and I look at what's going on, and I don't. It's not. What I explain to a lot of my academy members is the more stuff you try and throw in to make the situation sound really interesting and complicated, the harder things get. USA debt, I don't open up my broker account and think, okay, well, the USA debt is this, so that's going to happen. I don't do it. I focus on price action and I just look at the overall fundamental parts of the market, what is going across the wires from central bank leaders and the news that's come out. That's it. Okay, and Mr. BlueFX, if you're on the stream, just go underneath and go there. Just click the Discord and you can, or just go in the link there. Either way, you'll be able to get in touch. Gold, I will do now. USA debt, you are right, it rules the sentiment of the market. However, I'm not sitting here worrying about it. Gold, okay. So gold, you can see it's reattacking the highs. Again, talking about trade impetus, you're not getting anything to push you above this. However, that is a fairly strong candle, which you've just seen. Let me just change what I'm drawing these with for a minute. Okay, that is likely, if you drop your time frames, to demonstrate more bullish candles to the upside. What you have got is a slight slanted new downtrend. All right, it probably wouldn't look quite like that. It would be a little bit more like this. Anything up here, I'm just reshorting. I'm looking to reshort. Let me just redraw that as well. Anything up here, okay, if you do get up there, don't buy it. You're too late. I would say you should lightly to mid-level short that. All right, that is where I like it short, 20.35. If you go up higher, then you need risk plans. Okay, this is utterly a short. Okay, that will come down in a long way, in my opinion, eventually, just like it has several times. That is understanding how trading works. Now, we can all agree that, probably. However, if it keeps going up and you've got zero risk plans, you will get burned. okay? And you need to know how to hedge and everything like that. I've said already, Mr. BlueFX, go in the Discord. It's under the video. It's under here. Look, you can see it on your screen now. Look, it's there. You know, you can do that if you want. Great, he's in London. If you, as I say, just get my free training in there. It's got my email contact. I can't specifically post in the chat box on TradingView because I don't want to upset them or anything. Yeah, all I say is that's where you can go. So your reward, I've just been asked about. I did an editor's pick on this. You will know if you follow me. I called it short. It got absolutely wasted. I called it short again. It got wasted again. I called it long. Okay, and I told everyone exit early, and hopefully you did. Now what's happening is you're getting a red candle already. Okay, that shows me, like we said earlier, there's really poor to the upside, and therefore I can just hold off and I can look long lower. Okay, so that's probably going to be down here. Again, much like silver, you've got a really good tech zone here. Come into those MAs, and I should think perhaps 159 is ideal for long. So that's my euro reward bias. Any other questions, guys? So we've done euro reward, we've done gold. It's short. Nonetheless, it's been short for a while. I'm sure loads of you who follow me and watch my posts and everything should have shorted that many times, and you should have done quite well. A lot of guys following me. If you are on here and you want to follow me on TradingView, I do post a lot of things. There's my gold editor's pick, my euro editor's pick. There's all sorts. I post a lot. I keep people on the right side of trading so they don't get swallowed. The mass community of trading is full of idiots. That's just how it goes. And they're determined by their skill level, how much of an idiot they are. And that's determined by how much time they spend doing these things. It's a good idea as well to join the Discord because you can chat with us. Oil to the long side looks weak. I wouldn't be surprised if you do get a bounce. Okay, you could long lightly, but I think for the most part, the risk-averse zone that I'm really looking for is far lower down. If you get there. Now, I don't care if you don't. I'll trade something else. Okay, but this just doesn't look very pretty. Sentiment somewhat draining for oil a bit. Okay, it's going to have to be lower for me. Don't sell, just wait. Loads of guys in here. I'm sure a lot of people have hit the boost. Maybe 8 people have hit the boost. If you can press the boost now, there's loads of people who've come in here and seen this. That'd be fantastic. Has anyone got any questions, guys? You know, the chat box is open for questions. Whatever you want to ask, it's there. Ask it. Okay, so I'm going to talk actually about a couple of stocks because sometimes people ask me about those. People get interested in them. Tesla at this point on the daily, again drooping down. There's no upside bias. Whether that changes or not, we'll see. So just hold off. I mean, this is a little bit weak for me. If you do get down here, I would only take tiny longs. Okay, there's not enough upside impetus for this, and you've been coming down for a long time. It's just because the global economy has been crap. That is why that's happening. And a lot of people will have re-shorted on every single pop, driving it down. And I should think in the long term, you'll get back up. And that's why I say if you're going to buy, it has to be very light. Okay, so I wouldn't go nuts and go mad. Just hold off for a minute and I'll help you out after this. Euro, New Zealand, what about them? Well, I can go over them if you want. Euro, New Zealand and Swiss yen. Sure, no worries. Euro, New Zealand. Okay, so Euro, New Zealand, if I swap to the daily, that was a nice pop. Okay, you can see that. I would say you probably need a little bit of a larger pullback than you've got at the moment. Okay, because that is poor. There's not a lot of space until you get down slightly, but I mean, you could probably, I should think you'll be able to buy this on a dip about there. Euro New Zealand, I would hold off shorts though. If you were planning on shorting this, you're too late because it's falling already, but there's bad market value until you get at least up here. Okay, so that is going to be SZ1 for me, short zone 1. All right, I'm not looking to dive in. It's just too early. Okay, short zone 1 is there. Slightly less risk averse long zone comes at 1737. And if I just swap back to the daily, in fact, what I would probably look for is about here. Anything at around this point is okay. I'm going to draw these eclipses a little bit close together. That is where you could probably lightly buy. If you're more risk averse and you're more of an investor, you've got various different PA levels down here. Okay. And you could probably get long lower. Again, really nice tech zone on this euro pair. That is more of a kill zone for me. And I would probably say, look, hold off until you get 107.24. You could scalp trade at 173 though. Okay, you could do that. If I was to explain, it's impossible to explain in a few sentences. It's years of the making, and it has so many different parts to it. If you want to learn how I trade, then you can also go to that link. Okay, there are several Academy members in this chat who have paid me and who learn from me a lot. So there's various different parts of my strategy. It's not normal. It's not conventional. It's very different to how there's no one on TradingView probably who trades in the same way, or I've not found one at all. So Swiss yen, I will just cover. Good question though. Okay, a lot of people have loads of different strategies, but mine's just not like theirs. So Swiss yen's a short still. What you did find is you had very early rejection. So when you get an extreme market like that, you have to put the time frames up. But if you're not short and you're buying, you are going to get absolutely wasted. Okay, when this will get thumped. Eventually, this will get thumped. Again, that's all well and good, but if you've got no risk plans, you will get thumped. No matter what you do, you will lose money if you have no risk plans, and that is just how the world works. Okay. I should think you're going to crawl back into where it dipped away, and that is your short zone. Do not trade it if you have no plans. You will lose your money. Okay, you will. If you have no plans and you come off this stream, you will lose your money anyway. Just so everyone knows, you have to have risk plans and a strategy. I can't explain it in a few sentences because this is a free live stream, and secondly, there's 100 and something videos of me explaining it, and I mentor people as well, so you know, it's not possible. Philip wants to know about the FTSE. I'm short, Philip. I think you're going to get down here again. I'll exit about there and I'll re-long. As I said, I am going to make it so that people can copy that every single trader take on the FTSE. It will just copy in your broker. So that's the FTSE, nice and easy. I think you'll come down today or tomorrow. S&P I'm also trading as well, so I will go over that. There are several different tickers with the S&P. S&P short for me. Okay, you can see that on your 4 hour. I think eventually you're going to come above this though. There'll probably be a lot or a sunburst in the market and you'll get above this. So therefore I'm lightly short here anyway. Okay, so I'm lightly short on the S&P and I'm looking lower here. All right. That is my bias because you're just moving sideways and you're coming up to the top. If you traded exactly as I'm explaining now and exactly as, like I said, will be copyable, that would have made you money for a month and a half probably. And that's exactly how I've traded it. Okay, side to side to side, because that is the movement of the market. I have to adjust myself for the market formation at the time. That takes knowledge and skill. So I'm looking short on the S&P for that reason, because you're going sideways and you need to trade sideways. If you're trending up, you'll trade trending up. If you're trending down, you'll trade trending down. Okay, you will vary yourself based on what the market is giving you, because the market rules what's going on. You can't change it. You don't have the power to change that. You just need to go with the flow and trade with it. Okay. So has anyone got any more questions? Because some guys leave and then come back. I don't know why. They might think it's the end or something, but it's not. I'm glad you joined there. That's great. Hopefully everyone else will. If you've got any questions, guys, put them in the chat box. Okay, this is a good Monday session. I'm sure lots of people are learning. If you have any complaints, let me know as well. I'm open to that. No problem. I think actually I might have missed it. I've been asked about the New Zealand yen. So here come the guys back who went. New Zealand yen, I like. I would look short around there. Okay, that is my preferred short zone. Again, don't buy. Don't say, oh, Will said it's come out here and I'm going to buy. Don't do that. Okay, you've got a very flat uptrending market at the moment on your 4 hour. Okay, however, before you get a new high, you've got resistance. Okay, and you've got historical resistance as well. So the chance of a bounce, or a dip more or less, goes up. Okay, because you've got a higher chance of it happening. So I would likely sell 85, and then I would put the remainder in at 85.5, slightly higher. Okay, and here come the guys again. I'm not sure why that happens. Maybe the numbers just fluctuate. Maybe it's something I said. I hope not. Risk averse zone is above, and nearer zone is for those who are a little bit more active and a little bit more confident. So good call on that. Thanks for the suggestion. Again, tons of people in. I think people are starting to trade again because things are probably going to pick up. We all like volatility. It is coming to the summertime, so things may change. Pound yen is much the same. I think you might get short today and fall. Okay, remember I'm not a signal service. I don't believe in signals specifically. What I was mentioning myself is not signals. It's the same as what I'm doing. So more people coming in. Philip, great as well. Chris, thanks for the recommendations. Also, guys, as I said, you are Academy members. Just let me know if you're stuck. Some guys do buy my courses and then they never talk to me. And I check in and I'm like, come on, ask me something. Euro Ord, I think I'm going to update my editors pick. I think you're starting to bounce. I think you might get a slight bounce on this, but long-term bias, I think you're going to come under. Probably wouldn't buy it. It's too late. But just for anyone who watched me speak about the Euro Ord already. Pound CAD, again, loads of people coming in here. It's really good to see. Just tons. It's great. Pound CAD, this is just gross, really. I mean, if you look from where I've drawn that in the middle to the left and the right for the last few days, it's sideways. Again, really weak pushes to the upside. Okay, so you can either trade it sideways with very light sizes, or you can put your time frames up and you can hold off, okay, for a fall. And you've got more levels below. So you may bump around there. I'd probably just go the weekly straight away. And I prefer it long, lower. For me, it's going to come around 166. Okay, so I'd hold off pound CAD basically. It's not really pretty. It's not ideal, and I don't really fancy it. But it will go overweight. I think it's probably likely it's going to drip down. Okay, just hold off for longs. That's all I say. Yeah, well, that's right, but we don't know which way it will go, so you need to just let it happen. Okay, if you are in here and you've just come in, press the boost button, ask me a question. Okay, tap it. It's right there, just there. Smack the boost button. 18 people. There's obviously a lot of people viewing it and coming in and out, which is good as well. New Zealand dollar, I don't think you're going to get far at the moment. You can see, look, you can see the weakness. You need to train your eye to see weakness in markets because that is weak. That is hardly going anywhere. Okay, your stochastics look ugly, but they are still oversold. This is an instance as well where you would either wait to long or you would wait to short. Shorts, I'm looking up here, at least. Okay, I'm not selling yet. And longs would be ideal if you start to come down again. Longer term, I wouldn't be surprised if you do get even lower than that. So you could hold off your longs. Mostly at this point, I'm interested in shorts, but only if I can get to 0.63. Nat gas. People ask me about nat gas all the time. It's really interesting. Nat gas seems to be popular, and it's for the Ware Lambo. You know, I get it, guys. You want this. I get it. I know. You want that, perhaps. Do I know when it's going to happen or if it's going to happen? No, I don't know. Would I rather trade stable assets with no massive price leaps for long-term gains? I would. Don't worry about all that stuff. You won't make money trading if you're after massive wins and stuff like that. It doesn't work. Think about the continuum. How many times are you going to lose big before you win big? You will. It just doesn't work. It's just not a profitable way to be. You just can't over leverage. If you want to make money trading, you have to just stay within your risk limits. You have to be safe. Okay, I trade small across different assets. That's what I teach people to do. I'm not going to say, look, go on, buy everything you can because this is going to fly up. It might go up, and it probably will in future at some point, but it's not for me. Okay, so if you can avoid trading it, especially if you're new, I probably would. Even more people coming in, fantastic. If you are coming in, please do ask me something. I've got tons of really good questions here. I've got loads of brilliant questions that have already come in. We've talked about various FX pairs, different ways to trade, strategy, stuff like that. Don't be a Ware Lambo if you can. Pound New Zealand, and whoever's wondering what a Ware Lambo is, it's basically when you don't want to do any work and you want to make loads of money and get rich trading, and you just fall for all the shit that people put out there, basically. Right, so Pound New Zealand, I'm trading at the moment as well. If I swap to the 1 hour, you're pushing up a bit. You could probably get away with reshorting this, and I probably will put an order in there. Seconded by shorts up here. Okay, so I'm lightly short, very lightly short at that point, but more so up here. And it's just in case that trend continues. And it does turn out that a repush on the previous move down continues, therefore taking you within the trend to the downside. Okay, so that may happen. If it doesn't, I'm reshorting higher. I hope that makes sense. And as well with the Pound New Zealand, what's interesting is it's gone sideways for years, literally years. So again, and I've got to get rid of this volume. I'm sorry, it's in the way. For years, you've gone sideways. How many times could you have traded? I mean, you probably could have made loads of money trading sideways all these years because you understand the market formation. That is 6 years. 6 years of sideways movement. You could have gone long, short, long, down here, short, long, short, the whole time. Because you understand it's a channeling movement side to side because there's a lack of pound strength over the New Zealand dollar. Mostly that has to do with interest rates, but that's a whole nother lesson. So we've covered an enormous amount of FX pairs, indice markets, commodities, gas, oil, stock, well, one stock. Has anyone got any other questions about anything? Remember, it doesn't specifically have to be that you're asking me about any of the assets I've listed here or any that I haven't listed. Could be a question about the way I trade, how I trade, and the way you should trade or stuff like that. Parts of trading could be the dollar Swiss, like someone asked. I think again, it's much like the Swiss yen. You'll come up from here at some point because of this latest candle looking weak. Not too interesting. Again, if you're trading it, you're probably looking for a massive win move. I like it long lower, 87. And if I was buying it, I would do it very lightly. But again, I'm not interested in these trying to, you know, catch enormous moves all at once and risk everything. It's just not how it goes. Mark, I've done silver already. Okay, I'm looking long lower down. I covered that once already, so I won't go over it again. If you want to rewind, it's long near your PA zones and MAs. Sano Gregory, I get asked this a lot, and it's good. A lot of guys in here are premium members, so people are actually investing in their tools. If you want to get my course and you want to take it further and you're willing to invest in that, just go under here. The link is there. It's free to start. You can watch all my videos, and there's loads of good training there. Done silver. Santa Gregory, do I trade news? I use the news as part of my trading, but I don't trade. I mean, mostly when people say, do you trade news? What they're asking is, are you looking for something like that or something like that, and to catch the move before the news comes out? The answer is no. What I do is I let the news play out. I let it move the market to those extremes. And then when I'm at the extremes, I take advantage of the price and I trade pretty much most of the time. I scalp trade and just take gains in and out. That's how I do things. It's based on PA. It's price action rules. I've got a video of me taking about 60 trades in a row, all in profit, no loss. And I just take advantage of the price action at the time. I take advantage of the market formation that comes when you're brought to when you have an extreme. So news comes out and the asset's pushed up massively, so I get short. I'm not shorting before the news. I'm waiting for the news to come out first. I don't use an RSI, however. I use a stochastic oscillator. It does the same thing as an RSI pretty much. Just remember, Calvin, again, that's a good question. So we're not all about charts here. You can ask whatever you want. All indicators do the same thing, practically. Okay, so there's no magic indicator as such. I mean, that's all basic indicators. If they're coded privately, like the ones you get inside my academy as a bonus, it's different. But if it's the RSI or moving averages or stochastic oscillator, all it's doing is taking numbers and printing an average, and it just tells you an average price. That's all it does. And that allows you to know, am I buying low or am I selling high? Hopefully. I mean, for some people, it allows them to know, am I buying high and selling low, which is completely the wrong way to do things, because no one does it in real life. You don't come off this stream now and say, you know what, I'm going to go and buy a car for the maximum price I can. I'm going to sell the one I've got already for the lowest price I can. No one does it. I want to sell my car. I've got two cars at the moment. I've got a sports car and I've also got a camper van, and I want to get rid of them both, but I don't want to sell them for a low price. I'm not going to go out there and say, you know what, I'm going to sell this for far less than it's worth. And people do it every day in the markets. Guy asked me about Bitcoin yesterday, and he says, look, I want to buy here and I want to sell here, basically, is what he was implying. Not in that exact price range, much more local, okay, probably on your 4 hour or something, and it's just painful because that was the sell. That's where he wanted to sell. And look what happened. It didn't sell. It's not selling. It's the same to the upside. You're too late. Don't rush in, okay? The emotional part of trading can be catered for if you just understand how the markets work. That's it, and how you can get market value. And again, that's all in my academy there. So, fantastic questions. Still tons of guys in here. Is there anything else anyone wants to ask? Okay, so I really appreciate those questions already. It's really great. Oh, wrong button. I am updating my posts a lot for anyone who follows me. If you don't follow me, just do it now. It's easy. Press follow. But yeah, I mean, I'll probably do a video or two. If you're in my Discord, I'll be updating it. Hey, Darts, thanks for another question. That's good to have you on board. Only without you, I think. It's much the same as what I just looked at on the New Zealand dollar against the US dollar. That's weak. I think you'll probably come lower. Probably wouldn't take a light long until you get down here, probably. Okay. About 835. I like it short in line with this higher. So it's going to be about there. You could take a light long. I would exit it before then, but if the price comes up there, that's my preferred short term. Okay, you've seen it once, like that. All right, you've seen it once, you've seen it twice, you want it 3 times. And you have got somewhat of a downtrend almost forming. It's, it's a bit flat, but if you do get another low or a low high, it might look something like that, potentially. And it is on the 4 hour, so just remember that. Do you think various energy days in the S&P lower? Again, like I said, this comes with experience. If you're not in my academy, I strongly suggest you do, because a lot of these questions are covered. The Fed speeches, I don't know what they're going to say. I don't know what it's going to do to the market. But I'll tell you what I will do to trade profitably. All I'll do is I'll sit here. If the euro goes like this, hang on. If the euro goes down here, okay, well, I'll get long. All right. The euro comes up here, I'll get short. I don't know what they're going to say. I don't know what it's going to do. And to be honest, I don't care. I don't need to know. You don't need to know what the news is going to do. And a lot of people fall into that. I did that at the start, the very first asset, the DXY. So please go back and watch that if you can. The biggest myth in trading is exactly that. People ask me all the time, do I think the news is going to do that? Do I think it's going to do this? I don't know, and I don't care. I'm just interested in price action and the overall sentiment of the market. Okay, if they say something's going bad, I will take that as a general mood of the market, and I'll change my bias, and maybe I'll short and buy differently. Okay, at the actual time of the news, I'm not going to anticipate what they'll say. I'm waiting for it to be said, and then I'll take a decision. Don't make decisions before the news, okay? It's dangerous and it doesn't work. That is for the guys in London or New York who are in the suits and in the big buildings who know the news before it comes out. DXY, I did that at the start, as I say. So we've done a very long stream here, okay? Anyone got any final remarks or questions? Otherwise, I think that's going to be the end. We've done a fantastic stream. So many will turn up. If you can press the boost before you go, that'd be fantastic. If you're not on board here and you're serious about trading, if you are a serious person and you want to get trading right, okay, you don't want to sit and do signals and lose all your money, guessing what's going to happen, go to the link. It's under the video. Okay, it's right there on the screen now. Click it, grab the free training, learn something, come in the Discord. The link is under there as well. Change your trading. Learn from someone who knows what they're doing. Don't go for people who have no idea. So that's all for today. Thanks for coming. I'll do another video. Follow me on TradingView. Just follow me wherever, and you'll probably find that things change a little. At least I hope, if I've taught people correctly. Mark, no problem. Nanul, great to see you again. No problem as well. And those guys who asked me about automatically copying my MT4 account, that is coming out, but it's first come, first serve. So go in the Discord and you can get me there. Thanks for coming. That's brilliant. And I'll put this on YouTube. You can share or watch it, and I'll see you in the next one. See you there, guys. Trade small, trade safe. See you soon.